because again, even if you look at the win percentages, you have to remember Apogee typically are playing a different caliber of teams than FURIA. So I don't know how much stock.
Right?
Yeah, I wouldn't put into that necessarily. I think the truth is, if FURIA can slow the game down just a little bit and kind of, you know, like not let Apogee get into too many fights early on, I think FURIA are going to be able to win this. But I think if the Polish team is allowed to be aggressive and take some early fights, it could end up being a bit of a shock. So I'm going to go with FURIA. I think even I'm going to go with it for a third map. I think I got to see Apogee win at least one here. But let's find out. Ooh. It's already begun. And Prism with a good headshot to begin with. He wanted to stick around for another one. And in fact, they're going to lose Jacob on that corner. So right back into a 4 versus 4.
Fast long smoke. This is pre-planned and no craps given, but look at the A defense.
Yeah, they're showing up. They're not actually that slow to rotate. There is another player who's really far away. Prism gets one more before he finally goes down. Cello able to land that shot, and they're just using all those Glock bullets. They're really taking their time with it and even taking turns at reloading. The bomb is on the ground, but it doesn't really matter right now. They're winning the raw mechanics here at the moment. And Demo, he's finally managed to get to the bomb site. He's run all the way from upper into lower and onto Catwalk, and now with the dualies, he's trying to see if he can be the difference here. He's gonna lose H4 on the other side, and it's just Demo left. And I think somehow FURIA, I mean, it's been a lot of bullets exchanged. I wonder how many Glock bullets ended up getting wasted there, but eventually it gets the job done.
Gets the job done. 3 kills for Cello, 2 for Yuri. Is that it? Or the other way around? Stability and Cello right there. Good start for FURIA. Different style, right? The match that was going on, instant kills. Right now it starts off, it's a little bit slow. You remember how Nuke started on the other one? Missed pistols, things like that. There's a pattern going on here.
Absolutely is. Oh yeah, a little bit of celebration early on. Got a couple of HEs as well here on the Apogee side to back up the double scout. I mean, we said it already, but scouts on this map, I mean, it's a pretty viable strategy. And FURIA, they're starting this round slow. I don't hate it, but it just means that it's going to give a lot more space for the scouts to actually, you know, to actually find something.
True. I mean, that's exactly it. Fallen is one of the guys who loves the scout and is actually really good on it in these kinds of situations. So you'd think he should know how to play against it, right? So let's see what his thought process is on how he deals against these scouts as he finds them out.
Still over a minute, so plenty of time for FURIA to make up their minds. Does seem like they are slowly but surely leaning out long. I do like the smokes here, like well, the Molotov to Catwalk and the smoke towards CT spawn. It's sort of showing Apogee that maybe we could be going for a B split. Like, you don't know for sure because we're throwing the grenades that would be necessary for one. And in fact, they're going to go out long and try to see if they can find something. The scout's still there doing great work. Impact sticking around, and look at how much damage he's done. That's devastating. This could be somewhat disastrous. 30 seconds left. Now the bomb gonna get picked up here. Smoke gets blown open, but no real action to follow it up here. Trying to see if he did anything done with the Deagle here. Shades for just 18 seconds left, and he is waiting for somebody else to actually swing him. The shot of running the clock down very low at the moment, but it might still work out. 10 seconds on the clock right now. FURIA backs to the wall, getting a couple of good kills here, and Jacob is forced out behind the Molotov. It is down to the last 5 seconds, and they are going to get the bomb plant. FURIA, it doesn't really get any closer than that, but it's going to work.
I mean, I remember this far too well. I'm more comfortable than most, but now I get you guys from the outside. This is gut-wrenching slow CS. Oh my God. I just see the situations unfolding and I don't hear comms, so I'm confused. You know, I'm used to being in this chaos and at least feeling like I have control. And I'm seeing friends here playing and it's just chaos and I know nothing. And it's actually pretty cool. But I will say, Apogee, I do not like the way they started this match. I know it's early and it's trying to predict something that still hasn't happened, but the way they've played so far tells me they respect FURIA. And that's not a good respect. It's the I fear some of these players' histories, which paradoxically is that. If it's history, it's past, right? But my read from this is that.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm definitely very worried about FURIA for getting that close to... I mean, when it works, there's obviously temptations, it's all good, but that could have gone 10 different other ways. Aggressive move, Deagle's out, USB behind it, and a sick shot coming out. This is why we talk about Jacob a fair bit. Could be the future of Polish Counter-Strike for all I know. They are going to be making a bit of an escape. I don't think they managed to pick up any kind of weapons up there, but still, it's putting a lot of pressure on. And FURIA, how do they recover this one? I mean, they have all the weapons and everything else, so in that sense, they should be okay, but Apogee sort of feel like they're taking up a lot of space in this game, even when they're losing the rounds, which is kind of fun and interesting.
Yeah. FURIA smartly doesn't go fast on this one, the cat pressure, but utility, right? They don't have much to fake. Whatever they choose is what they will be doing. They are lucky enough to be going against pistols, but still.
Yeah, right into the stack. I mean, you're right. Even with the...
Right?
Yeah,
the
you never
luck
know.
is they didn't find anything that needed a molly or a flash. They found contact just on the gun side. So ironically, it actually was a good thing because the mollies and the flash is what was scary, right? 5v4, one gets caught out in timing. That's a first domino. Big fights like that, that's more than likely gonna go FURIA's way because they do have guns, they have armors. They're not gonna get the little gush sound going all over them, you know?
3-0. Doesn't feel like a solid scoreline. It sort of feels like the last couple of rounds could have been any number of ways. Yuri,
Nice.
ducking on out of there, but still, the M4 on the other side, able to get the kill on the skulls. So, 4 on 5 right here. FURIA losing a man early on, trying to see if they can get that long control. And look at the position that they've lost in upper and lower dark. I mean, Apogee know everything that's going on, which is why it's even more confusing that they wanted to take that fight. I don't know why they're swinging long with a man up and all the map control.
That was random right there. Either trying to YOLO pick or unawareness of what's going on in the map.
I sort of hate it. I think Prism is going to try and blow open the smoke, and indeed he will, but unfortunately it's like 2 seconds too late, so doesn't get much of a chance. Deep Molotov on the Prism, he's forced into the fight, and shocking that he got the kill. I feel like he should have been dead. There might have been the counter grenade that flashed the tease there. Otherwise, I think he's dead every time. 3 on 3, but again, FURIA. Oh, this bomb plant though. You've got a player on long in Fallen with the AWP, and you've planted not for him. That could absolutely come back to haunt them.
That's so true.
Okay, well, he's still going to be good enough for it, but I hate everything about that position now. He's pushed up in front. I think Fallen's kind of realized, okay, listen, if you're not going to plant for me, I have to get into the action a bit. And he has. Misses the first shot here, but it doesn't mean it's done yet. Nice shot from Fallen. He's back again. 3 kills to his name in this round. And Demo was looking for him the whole time, but Fallen's been very elusive. Look at how hard he's been to actually discover. It's going to be the kill, but it won't make a difference. They're still going to lose the round. It's FURIA, again, with an unbelievably close round that they have managed to win.
Yeah. FURIA pulled the round off. It's close, but for FURIA, I think the rounds are more important as well. Economically, they're okay. Not the good, not the best, not the worst. But momentum-wise, FURIA isn't trusting themselves. The messages to the community speak for themselves. So rounds to them are more important. They need confidence. They just need to believe that they can close it out and actually just go through with it. Because Apogee has a hidden weapon here that's ready to be toggled at any side. Fear. FURIA is fearing that FURIA may not be good enough right now. And if Apogee does something sick, they will believe they are not good enough, and that means an Apogee win.
Oh, look at this. Jacob just so aggressive. I mean, they've done it when they had pistols, but he's actually doing it now with the M4. I really love this.
That's ballsy. That's good. That's a little bit of luck and space awareness, but the play was good fundamentally.
Yeah, I mean, look at the position now. Weirdly, again,
So much
it doesn't,
info. Wow.
like, it doesn't actually mean you win, right? Like, you can still lose this round in spite of this insanely forward position. Hypex has gone down. Again, you could see Apogee is looking to peak a lot more than at least I would have wanted, because they've got them boxed in right now. Prism is going to be the next victim, as Cello will take him down, and now the flank is coming, but they already know Quesarato's holding it.
Wow.
They get nothing for it. FURIA, and for once, they actually have a lot of people alive. That was the only downside, is that they were winning rounds, but they weren't conserving any of the economy, and that's going to be different in this one.
It is, and props must be given to FURIA because the Quesarato awareness in itself is an execution model that, hey, they do know what they're doing. He was covering the entire team's flank. So it's not just Kesar on the flank. Like, they're thinking as a unit. Good FURIA 4-0, going to 5 now. Mostly out of earning it. A little bit of luck, but earning it so far.
That's really sick. 5th round. And Demo, he's just stuck in here. He'd love to at least save the FAMAS, but that's also going to be denied. Plus, you know, I don't know about you, Wilson, but it always feels a bit sad when you have to say something like, oh, would it be nice if we could save the FAMAS, you know? It's like, oh, man.
Yeah, it's already grasping at straws, right? You're like, hey, maybe if I save this suboptimal gun that I already didn't like, it's like you're just trying to make a reason out of nothing because you know it's hard.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, that's the new level that we're at to try and see if we can do anything. But
at least I save a flash.
Exactly, you know. Oh, right, cool,
$200.
Well, timeout's been called for Apogee. It's hard to disagree with, right? What do you even say in a timeout like this? Like, you've just lost 5 in a row. They've been close, but man, that's rough.
I think kind of the same thing that we were talking about in the first match. It's a pause about actually getting into the match. First map for them is important to me from my experience. Is that it's how many times have I've seen my team unfortunately just start slow because we weren't everything either aligned or we weren't warmed up or we weren't in the right mindset. We were fighting, things like that. So first map's still a lot. The fact that FURIA starts off strong to me, it just seems like that the bullshit they're going through is actually making them stronger right now.
I mean, it definitely should remind FURIA, you know, how even though they're playing, you know, a bit of an underdog team here in Apogee, they have to take it super seriously. So I guess FURIA...
Flow state would dictate that they have to be the right balance between comfortable and excited. That means that the challenge is high, but it's not easy. You know, it's not too hard where I doubt myself, but it's not too easy where I'm comfortable and lazy. FURIA has to treat Apogee like they are Navi and whoever the fuck else.
Cello going down early on. I do like the idea of trying to see if he could find a gap in between those two smokes, but he got absolutely called out. And honestly, Apogee is in a very strong position right now. They've got one player kind of far forward on the A side. They've got a big lean towards the B bomb side. Maybe the only weakness here is if they could push Catwalk and kill Hypex, but he's got the AWP, and it's not easy.
The only way I truly see is the one that I mentioned. It's flash off Cat. He fires, drops, and then you realize and speed up because everything else, mid to B is hard, B is hard. They have long, right now, long is hard. Cat is the only option, but they have no way of knowing that, unfortunately.
30 seconds here. They are going to go out the middle. They need to kill Jacob almost immediately here, and they will, but Demo's right there from behind. A couple of kills coming out the door, and Skulls has no way of knowing that he has to check this, right? He thinks that it's one mid, one outside of B. He doesn't realize there's a third player still at the site. And for Fallen, it should be all over. 9 seconds left, looking for the kill here. Surely going to get shot down, and it will be Hypex to push on through the smoke and take him down. Now, honestly, though, for FURIA, the fact that they managed to get so many kills in this round is still kind of good, right? They didn't just let Apogee walk away with all the rifles here.
I agree, but it's a neutral good in the sense that they didn't choose the right strats, so it's good because they got maximum value out of a bad situation per se, right? So this is a good observer area, but from both teams' perspective, I do not know what they're thinking, but I promise you it's nothing like we're thinking right now.
Yeah, we definitely don't have enough information for it, but I mean, this is it's a 5-1, and the truth is, FURIA, even with a bit of a scrappy buy, right? Got the Galil in there. They can still do some damage.
Oh, definitely. And the op, right? We're gonna get an op fight at some point, and Hypex is a great opper. Do not get me wrong. We've seen matches from him, so money is important, but more right now, both teams, no money. This round is important for whoever it is that survives the guns.
Nice Molotov, but unfortunately they're not ready for the follow-up. They throw the grenade, but nobody's checking it. That's such a shame. Prism, they line up for him, and he's just murdered 2 of them. 5 versus 3. It's always so interesting when you see, it happens on a regular basis. You see somebody sort of throw a Molotov or a grenade, and then they just, it's like it's part of a rhythm, but they're not really thinking about what's the next step here.
Yeah, it's those half checks where you do the movement, but the guy's there and kills you. And don't you just feel bad because you just did the movement, but you didn't do what you were supposed to do, which is actually just check that?
Yeah, kind of sold them out a little bit, unfortunately, in the middle. 30 seconds, and it looks like they're just going to save the round. They're saying, all right, that's it. We can't really do anything else.
Yeah, a little bit of save. A little bit of save action.
I mean, I guess they're going to be allowed to save.
Yeah. Yeah, Apogee, I was going to say exactly. I don't think they'll be chasing this. They're going to be happy with 5 alive right here, just keeping all their guns. They're going to be good.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, I was hearing about the FAMAS. Is that a gone thing? Because I haven't been playing CS, right? Is the FAMAS not coming out as much?
I still think it is. There are definitely some teams that run it quite a lot. But I feel like it had a bit of a spike at the beginning. I haven't actually looked at the use numbers, but it had a bit of a spike, and now I'm seeing a lot of people seem to be reverting back to the MP9 because it's still just so good, you know.
Yeah, the run from up top and from like if you're in the vantage point like Eagle's Eye thing, like top B boxes, top hut on you. Oh my, it's such an overpowered gun. It really is for the price it is and the money it gives and the freedom it allows you to run around.
I mean, even with the changes to it, you know, like even with the fact that like, you know, it's supposed to be like, you know, a little bit worse when you're running now, or whatever. It's like it's still good enough, basically. So, yeah, maybe they need more changes, or maybe we just need more time. It's hard to say. I unfortunately still can't really figure out how to play with the FAMAS myself. So you know, I'm staying far away from it no matter what. That's just my opinion. But it definitely is seeing more play, and I guess that's good. You know, it's not overpowered. It's just kind of there.
What's your go-to off-meta weapon?
Honestly, for me, I love playing. I love playing with the scout. I think it's just fun. You know, is it the most efficient gun? I mean, maybe not, but it's great fun. You know,
it's satisfying. The movement, I get it.
Yeah.
Taking someone's
head
clean
like
off
a good
with the
scout headshot. You know.
Yeah, I remember Guardian's scout headshot.
That's what I mean. You know, there's just something about it. Okay, we're back. Yeah. Round number 8. It's a 5-2 scoreline. And if you're just joining us, you're thinking, oh, FURIA are really winning, it's sick. But in a way, I would say those 5 rounds were really, really shaky. So don't get too carried away here. Apogee still have a pretty good chance of doing something more. You can see the money, especially on the FURIA side, is very low at the moment. So it's a lead, but it's kind of a brittle lead at the moment.
Yeah. So far, a lot of pacing from FURIA. Still not much map control here. About 1 minute, finally taking Cat. That's the freedom, but Anders, this kind of pace is what puts us in those positions that you and I don't like, those late rounds. But Apogee keeps forcing in. They don't let FURIA delay themselves.
That's dangerously close to backfiring on them. Now they're going to be out the middle against Jacob, and he's missing a couple of shots here. It doesn't matter. He's still able to get 2. Pulls out the USP, tries to continue the fight as much as he could there. 35 seconds. Out in the middle of the bomb as well. They're really close, but on the other side, there is still one more player defending it, and that's a nice shot. Hypex going to be able to take down K-Serato. If he had gone down Hypex inside of the bomb site, then there would have been a path to victory in that round, but instead, the Polish team back on top now. Winning this round is absolutely important, and I must say, you know, in this kind of a position here, they could really run this game back and tie up the game pretty quickly.
I don't doubt it for a second. That's all I can say, because neither of these teams are the pillars of stability to me. Both can be really great and both can have their bad moments, right? So this is one of those matches where normally, like the Aurora one, we expected a little bit something easier and we didn't get it. Over here, I'd expect already something a little bit crazier, so maybe the universe just shows me the most strict CS now.
Yeah, I mean, I think for FURIA especially, it's been one of the things that's been frustrating about the team is they have so many great pieces to make it all work, and somehow you're right, like there is that lack of consistency. There just are times when you feel like, man, you shouldn't be losing some of these games, and somehow they find a way to. So I do kind of share that frustration a little bit. And I think we're seeing like bits and pieces of that, how that can happen already, even if it's early on, you know.
100%.
Are they going to go through this? Do you really want to wait that out?
I wouldn't say have to, right? But nothing else is going to get done. They're going to wait it out. I think it's smarter to wait it out. The problem is lack of pressure, but they don't seem to be too worried about it, Apogee.
Well, look at this. Where did they throw the smoke? They had one smoke there on the FURIA side. Did they? Okay, it's been picked up by Fallen now, so they're going to try and throw it in there, presumably either for the window or the door, and hope they get the entry kill that they're looking for. So it's for the door, but again, the crossfire here is pretty good, and they don't have a lot of weapons either on the FURIA side, so don't expect them to be able to win it. Jacob showing a little bit of what he could do. Again, I'm kind of, you know, I'm a bit of a fan of this guy. I think he is, you know, I don't want to say under the radar, because there are a lot of people that have been talking about him for a while, but, you know, maybe at a tier 1 level. I doubt that many people necessarily have heard too much about him. This is your chance to, you know, to pick it up early.
Yeah, I hadn't, and I remember my first cast with you where I saw it. Yeah, there are some moments there. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. Player not looking for opportunity, has a team, but maybe something that's flying under the radar, just as Anders mentioned.
Yeah, one of those coming stars. You don't know what the limit is, but you know, it's not bad. Hypex goes down. It's just Fallen with the Galil. Again, I appreciate whenever CTs try and do something that's a little bit out of the ordinary on a map like Dust 2. I hate the default where you're just playing back in towards A or B, so I like it, but it always feels, you know, feels unsatisfying when you don't do more than Hypex did there.
Yeah, Dust 2. You all, there's so many plays on this map where you think you're gonna get more than 1, more than 2, more than 3, and then you have a Kisarado looking back, or that player just flicks back for no reason, you know? Dust 2 is a flanked map. That's what makes it cool.
We saw that definitely in the last series. There was so much of it.
Oh, yeah.
Almost enough for Big0 to take the win, but not quite. Jacob going to be going down, and they just get the walk out onto the bomb site. And Apogee, there's not even a question. You're going to be saving this every single time. So FURIA going to be treated to a 6th round, and it really just came off of patience, which honestly, that's what they've been playing the same kind of patient Counter-Strike for a lot of these rounds. And this time, you know, it's not down to the last 5 seconds. They actually had plenty of time, and yeah, this looks like a much better round. And finally, also a round where they have a little bit more cash in the bank again.
Well, not much to say in the round. It's already over, right? So, FURIA slowly going, but the match is back and forth right now. No one is taking any leads. No one is stepping out from the pack other than maybe a Fallen and early a Cello, but he's slowly falling back into his place, right? Jacob, the guy on, I guess, everyone's mind for Apogee alongside, for me, Hypex. I do like the opping there. I think that's a pretty cool way. And Demho, one guy that's not going to be mentioned, but do you remember some of his ancient aggressions? Someone that knows the roles and takes like possibilities. So I like that. I like that we have players that have personality on this team. So for FURIA, it all ties back again. If Apogee can believe in themselves and make FURIA not, it sounds simplistic, but it's not. It really is a giant mind game. Blade yelling, players pointing at each other. This all affects each other. You have to play the game smartly, right? Like, if you know FURIA might get tilted, why wouldn't you try to tilt them? Doesn't that seem like a good strategy?
I think they must have been close a couple of times already, just from how scary some of the early rounds were. But I mean, FURIA really seem to be very settled in on this very much slower style.
They have an identity. You can see a little bit of Fallen, and you can see a little bit of them in there this, right? Like you see, okay, correction, a lot of Fallen, but you see their style and flair on it.
Yeah, I think that's true. Like, that's a good word to bring out. Like, they have an identity, and you can definitely feel it for FURIA here. Now, they are going to speed it up a little bit. Outlaw might be the reaction to the push down catwalk. Hypex. Nice shot once again. It's going to be Fallen to get taken down this time. 4 versus 3, and they're very in a very awkward position here. FURIA. The bomb dropped. They have to pick it up and try and see if they can actually make their way onto the site. And the Molotov, it didn't spread into the corner. Now, they look like they are aware that Prism could still be there, but the fact that the grenade didn't quite get him is just a bit annoying. Now, they'll get the job done. The flashbang, I don't know how, but it didn't go deep enough, or maybe it was too shallow. Regardless, it's now back in the hands of FURIA here. 3 versus 3. What a shot right through. I don't even think he saw that. I don't know how that happened. Skulls and Yuri, 2 versus 3 to try and hold on to this round. If they can win it, they're going to do a lot of emotional damage here to Apogee. They look like they want to try and see if they go on for this retake rather quickly. It's a good kill for Skulls to begin with, and Yuri, he's 1 pixel away from filling that one onto Hypex. He's going to get the job done, and they'll clean up the round. FURIA, what a 3v3 to win.
All right. last round, I think, of the half. How
Oh, yeah.
close for our map 1? How close do we get for the first half of the map 1, I guess is the actual question, right? Because trend setting here, FURIA started strong, Apogee got a little, FURIA comes back. We have the match cycle going. Apogee needs to get 5, in my opinion, to get a really good start already from map 1, or we might be delayed a little. But I think we will get a good match regardless, and we will get hype plays, which is what's cool and what matters ultimately.
That's exactly what we want here. 7-5. Or 7-4, sorry. Might be 7-5 if Apogee can find a way. But I think 4 rounds is unfortunately would be a bit on the low side. And I think for FURIA, like the slow style has kind of worked out for them. I think they've managed to make it hard for Apogee to do so many, you know, really crazy plays. And they've tried. They've really tried on the Polish side to see if they can be a bit more aggressive and make FURIA feel uncomfortable. But they've stuck to their overall game plan, and it actually is playing out pretty well. A bomb site's wide open for a bomb plant as well. Cello, see if they can clear the space for it. Once they do that, it's going to be a hard round. Jacob's gone down. Skull's in the middle. It's going to be taken on Demo as well. And just one player left, low on health, down on long. It's an 8-4 finish at the end of the half in favor of FURIA. Honestly, I don't know about you, Wilton. I'm pretty impressed. I feel like I really was questioning the game plan. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I thought that slow style was going to backfire, but I don't think I might have been wrong on that.
I think we all might have been, right? Because the thing about the slow style that's beautiful is it's complex. You understand complexity, but it takes a lot of time to fully as a team, like, go through the repetitions of getting there, right? So that's why it looks bad a lot of the time. It's because it's still early in the journey for the team, but I do think, like, if you look at the greatest eras, I'll put the Astralis eras. I will put the SK era as one of the greatest ones just from peak performance. Like,
I think it's fair.
Teams, it's teams that are working cohesively. They're coherent. They make sense. They complement each other. They don't try to take away from each other. And they like for us, coldzera did a jumping shot. It's the most insane round. We are calm enough to say, guys, forget that, because if we think about that now, we're gonna complicate it ourselves. Another player makes an insane clutch. He says, pause. The captain says, don't pause. We're on the roll. He says, pause because my heart's gonna come out through my mouth if you don't pause. So it's a little bit being more honest with yourself. We lose a round because a player had his headset on backwards. Pause, please. My headset is on backwards. He's not ashamed to say
No way.
it. Do you know who that was? 2016 coldzera. The best player in the world used his headset backward for 3 rounds, admitted it, and was the best player in the world and got an award by Michael Phelps. The world's crazy, but he knew he was fucked up. When he forgot that he was humble, he wasn't as good.
Yeah, that's so crazy. Backwards headset. You know what? I love that. That's actually so
It's
sick.
real stories. Real stories in the middle of real pistols, Andrew. So let's get back to it.
Let's get into it here. Like, we've got the smoke and the flashbang as well from Demo, so if they get a little bit close, they could do something. But actually, there's a counter smoke from FURIA up on the catwalk, so they're going to be slowed down, Apogee, behind this. Probably would have loved to have, put a little bit more pressure on, but yeah, they're going to have to sit and wait this one out. FURIA are thinking about pushing into upper dark, but there's a player waiting for them. Hypex is there. Could do something. He's got the P250 as well. So actually, he was really stationed to win that fight against anyone pushing. Didn't really work out. Wow. FURIA are trying to get the information, and look at the push out long. Cello, low on health. He gets down by Prism, who was spotting it the whole time. I love the idea from Cello, but he might have put his team in a rough position. Quesorado getting dropped low as well, and now they're on the B bomb side. Hypex trying to get the shot, and he will. The P250, it is designed for those kind of fights. It's just such a great equalizer between the USB and the Glock, and somehow we're back into a 2 versus 2 now. Bomb still not planted yet. There's about 24 seconds. He's going to go for it right now, hoping that no one's going to interrupt. They want to push, but Hypex is there. They're leading them 1 by 1.
That P250 had impact, man. That what was that? Maybe 5-6 bullets from him total?
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually say I think it was like 4, probably 3 or 4. But I'm gonna give a little bit of edge just in case. Nice round, Hypex.
That's
One.
just so sick, isn't it? All right.
2, 3. Okay, so I was humble. It was literally the minimum. He only did 3.
I mean, that's the kind of stuff you love to see.
That's beautiful. Yeah, that's 3 taps.
puts them in a very interesting position here. I do still think that this map is, or can be, a lot harder to play on the CT side. So winning the pistol here, coming into the second half after an 8-4 finish in the first half, honestly, I wouldn't be too shocked if Apogee can find a way back.
Right? Not what looked like 8-4 was bad. With one pistol, actually isn't too bad.
Yeah,
it's like that's the fine margin of error of professional play. One round is life and death. The other is victory, trophies, and confetti.
Okay, Zerato at the corner with the 5-7. Dangerous pistol. Weirdly, we haven't really seen the 5-7s do that much today, but I feel like on a normal day, we do get a lot of it. And okay, Zerato's going to show us how.
I think map based, right? Like this so far, not too much, but then I say that 5 kills from the 5-7. No,
it could be. It's very close to happening. All right, nice to work with the Khalil. HFA going to be able to pick up a couple there and really stabilize the round a bit. Bombs going to be planted here. Hypex, got to be careful you're not too exposed, but they are well aware. And that smoke, I think, makes it hard for Yuri. Otherwise, okay, he's still going to be coming through. That's actually kind of sick, and it's almost close enough. Nice triple, and it's just barely around for Apogee. It's a bit close for comfort.
Definitely close for comfort, but plays made, ideas kind of worked around the map, got into that crucial B side, because right then, those 5-7s, I've seen those tunnels just drop players. Like the MP9s, 5-7s, those are perfect chokeholds for what we're saying. So for Apogee, while bad, how many ecos do you see lost in the dust to? Too many.
Yeah, I think for some reason it's something that the pro scene's been going through for a while, where I think towards the end of CSGO...
It's harder to play against anti-ecos. How?
Yeah.
Like, how is it? How is it harder for us to play against pistols? But we know it from the inside, and we don't know how to solve it. That's just weird.
Yeah, because at the end of Go, right, I feel like there were so many fewer rounds that were lost to those kind of plays. But then into CS2, it's like it's picked up again for some reason. It's very interesting.
It is small little details that change the entire context of the play or even the match. You know.
I mean, maybe part of it's also just like the switch from MR15 to MR12, meaning that teams are just so much more aggressively trying to make those rounds work because they really matter
Plus
so
donk,
much.
right? The donk effect, everyone learned that you have to swing a little bit. You have to be pretty good with the wide swings.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, Cello gets his head ducked down. Okay, he's going to come back for it. He's doing so much damage. That's not far from being at least a double.
That could have been a double, potentially a triple, but good awareness. Like, shoot, fall down, know the guy's coming back up. It's not only about the kill, it's about how it played out. Great smoke.
So that's supposed to drop down, but I don't know. So I know exactly he wants to build like a really tall smoke that can.
The one that they can't break, right? And you can't boost over.
Exactly. Yeah, it's the boost over they're worried about, but for some reason it's really hard to land him on the wall. It can be done, definitely, but yeah, you see it fall like that a lot when people try. They're going to go for a bit of a retake here, which, fair play, might not be easy to do. They've already got the first one, and actually, I say that, they make it look incredibly easy. FURIA, that's so well done.
That was too clean, almost. That was incredibly easy looking, because that retake is incredibly hard. They were Aurora position. One under window, one under trial, one near the left side. The only difference is they peaked. The positioning was good. The actual movement within the position wasn't as good as an Aurora, and that's good to showcase who watches both matches. That's the difference between a top 5 team and a potential maybe top 15 team. It's these kind of nuanced details. The execution quality, efficiency, percentage. Guess what? It's a numbers game.
So well done. They needed that. I think FURIA just get back into the game very early on, because like we said, even at 8-4, if when Apogee win that pistol round and kind of get a little bit of something rolling, it's easily enough to get them back into the game. So I think FURIA just making a big statement here early on in the second half, saying, you know what, we just are the better team. And like we said, they definitely have the experience for it. And honestly, you look at the individuals right now on FURIA, Yuri's playing well, Fallen's playing well, Zerato and Cello, like they're all there. It's like a full team effect. So this is the good version of FURIA.
Clothes, man. Why are you leaving out my boys' clothes like that? Make both team look bad. No, I'm kidding. Cello's doing great. Dude, because he's getting shit on by everybody. And
True.
it must suck and it's hard, right? Like, it's the truth. Because the harder it is, the more you're getting railed by the community, for lack of a better term, the harder it is to get out of your negative loop. It's like you're on the Counter-Strike depression. And the fact that he keeps doing Counter-Strike depression and helping his team shows me that Cello deserves a little bit more love from the community than we've been giving. And some of the players that we give love, I'm going to give an example for the same team, not because, but like Quesarado, he already gets enough. He's great. We need to push him farther. It's not about saying that he's great. It's about asking more of him exactly because he's great. And the Cello that we understand and the Tacos that have to have the shitty roles, we say you are doing good if you are doing the role good. It's not about the fact, but right now, we treat entry fraggers like they are your star players like the captains like the coach, and nobody's roles make sense.
It's definitely hard to pull off the roles the way that we used to in modern Counter-Strike. Oh, okay.
Very clean, very beautiful. Nice flash, simple. Good Counter-Strike being presented by FURIA. For Brazilians watching the stream, I think they like the evolution and the seriousness. Something that we hear on our side of the pond very often is Brazilians are like, oh, you make money, you have to want it more. It's not, if wanting it was enough, everyone would be a champion, right? No one would lose. So I'm sure they're working through their shit, so it's good to see evolution. But at the same time, I will never be that coach who will tell them to be humble because I want to see FURIA do well. So step up. Apogee is a good starting point, but if you're happy with Apogee at the end of this, which you don't look like you are, you're focused, that's what you need. But if you are happy, humble yourself because then you realize we just won something that is actually meaningless, so we actually need to be good teams. Sorry, Apogee, and sorry, FURIA, but it's the truth, you know?
Right now, FURIA, I feel like they are consolidating their power a little bit here towards the middle of the second half. 10-6. They're 3 rounds away from the win. Oh, that's such an aggressive push. I love it. This is one of the reasons why, even after all these years, I really just still love watching Fallen play Counter-Strike. And it's these little things, you know. Is he going to be as sharp as some of the younger AWP players? Maybe not, but like he's still got the space in his brain to try to go for those kind of pushes. So I love it. Didn't get the kill, but again, it's going to put a little bit of pressure on Apogee. Just reminds them that they can't just take it for granted. You know.
It's just a reminder. We have an op. Hey, like be careful when you peek corners. That's all it has to be.
Well, here we've still got plenty of time. Looks like it could
still
end up being a long play.
Very thought out, very methodical. Look, op on both sides. Not much progression going on, but both teams committed. FURIA made a choice to stay 3A. They're not moving towards mid.
That's
an Apogee made a choice to go A.
Fallen could have got taken down, but again, clock's running low. Quesarado holding the smoke, and he gets the bomb delivered. He actually finds the headshot through. What a triple that is. FURIA, ice cold in this one, and even more importantly, Wilton, they save all the money. They have everybody alive at the end.
Yeah, I mean, and talking about Quesarado, that's why we want to ask more of him, because look how good that was. Okay, a little bit of luck in the third one. Was he jumping down without the X-ray? We don't know. That's insane. Look, ooh, passion. Interesting. FURIA seems like a motivated team. I like that. I wonder what could motivate Apogee from there, and because I want to see them get in this game. I want us to start getting that good level Counter-Strike from them as well, as we have seen before.
Great grenades in the middle. I really think the game plan for FURIA here, really on both sides, it's been about slowing down Apogee, which I think generally when you're the better and more experienced team, that's kind of what you want to do. Like a lot of these younger players, they are, if you scrap with them, if you just go for fights, they're going to be able to swing back. I mean, the talent when it comes to the mechanics is insane. So don't give them that potential opportunity. Play slow, make them sweat, make it annoying to have to find fights, and maybe they crumble. It feels like that's what's happening to Apogee a little bit right now. So FURIA up to 12. My God, this is pretty good.
This is a solid FURIA team. This is not the performance that we have consistently, but it is a solid reminder that FURIA is meant to be a good team. Fallen is one of the greatest oppers and IGLs of all time. It doesn't mean he has to be in that form right now. Quesarada is great. Yuri, Skulls, Cello, they're all doing great work here. But for Furia, it's about the consistency. So one map is good, but we have to keep watching larger picture. And okay, follow.
Oh my god. Out long. They got stuck on each other?
Seems like it, yeah.
Ooh, that looks like a bit of a potential collapse coming out from Apogee. Fair enough, Fallen got the first shot, but then after that, if they really wanted to go for it, they obviously can't be bouncing into each other in the smoke. That's complete chaos. The bomb didn't get stuck at the very least, but 5-on-3, this is not how you want to end up losing the map, which is kind of likely at this stage.
Yeah, this feels like you're just inevitably walking to your own doom here. They haven't had solutions, and this is extremely hard. Look at the positioning from Quesarado himself.
Yeah, sees the gun barrel, instant shutdown, gets the next one. Well, you already said it, Wilton. You want it not just good, but better and, you know, more out of Quesarado. Yes. He's given you 22 kills.
And he's given... That's perfect. So, to that, I say congratulations. I think that's great. That's all I can say, because I asked and he delivered. So I have to shut up and be honest. He is that guy. I was never asking more of him because he isn't. It's exactly because he is, and look at what he can do. You know, it's just like, it's actually for his good.
Oh, it's fantastic. 1 versus 5, unfortunately, here for Demo. What can you do? You can't even expect him to do anything in this one. It's Yuri to take him down, and it's Furia with a very one-sided victory. All things considered here on Dust 2 to begin with, I'm really, really impressed. There were some signs, I would say, in the first 4 or 5 rounds of Furia, you know, potentially overcooking the rounds and maybe playing a bit too slowly, but it turns out it was all part of a bigger plan that we just couldn't see. Super well played, so we'll see if their map pick is going to be different. I think you mentioned it already towards the end of the first map, which is sometimes, like a little break, you're into a new map, it can revitalize the team. So if you're an Apogee fan, that's what you've got to be hoping for right here.
Yeah, it definitely is. They just need to do the hippie approach. Take a step back, breathe, reflect a sec, you know? Because it's not about anything that happened in that match. Sometimes, like, how many times do we have bad matches of Counter-Strike? It happens, reset, go, and now's the perfect time for them to show it. Pistol round is live.
Yeah, no delay. And it's going to be straightforward, except for maybe the fact that there's 2 Molotovs instead of 2 smokes. So just 1 smoke that's going to be landing towards that CT spawn position, and then they're going to try and see if they can burn out all the rest. Oh, actually, it's for connector instead. I was wrong. They smoked that off, and they want to be pushing in towards the jungle behind the Molotov. I love this idea. You've used the Molotov to get close with the Glocks, and they're going to try and hunt it down. But my God, Jacob! What has he done? 2 stunning headshots to get rid of it. That's a nice idea for Furia, but it's backfired on them. And now the retake is coming in, and it's going to be hard for the Brazilian squad to hold on to this one. Jacob, he's finally going to be going down there. Quesarado to fall next. It's a 2 versus 4, and they're already on that defuse. It's going to be a quick retake coming in. Apogee, that's so sick.
That's really good. I mean, first 2 kills by Jacob. Congratulations. Start off strong. You were the name that he's the name that you first mentioned to me, and he is the one that stood out. Look at that. Nice. So, Apogee start. It's just 1 round. We can't overhype it, but it's the first round, and that's the most crucial one. It's the one that they had.
Yeah, so well done. I mean, again, like we talked about, you know, shaking off the loss on the first one. You got to get in here and get that first round, I think, under your belt. So, definitely
last round
agree.
Like Furia? No, just Tech 9s, but a lot of utility. Definitely the exec coming out. Which one? A seems like the normal. Maybe a split, B pop. Many things can happen in this round. It should be based on information and not a pre-call, but let's just watch it unfold. I'm not going to try to predict it.
Right now, they are definitely leaning towards that A side, like you said at the beginning, so wouldn't be too surprised. They're going to go up into the Palace, swap out a couple of grenades, I think, given over to Skulls there. Still got so much time left. And
be fake smokes and then go away, or just go away?
I mean, it's all still in play right now. But remember, I mean, on Dust 2, this was the game plan for Furia too. It was slow. It was not giving Apogee a lot of really early fights. And honestly, that plan worked so well that I don't want to make the same mistake of questioning it this time. So let's just see if it's going to be working. A close first contact here is going to be HFA. He's right on the other side. And he has a smoke already in hand, so he's going to be able to try and fall back and just drop it. Now, because of the time, they can't wait for the smoke. Like, if he drops it, they have to run through. And the question is...
He's dropping.
Yeah, like...
He's dropping it, look.
they have to go, right? There's only 10 seconds. If they wait for the smoke, there's only going to be like maybe a little bit more than 10 seconds left. So I don't think it's a choice here. Yeah, you can see it. They know the clock. Nicely done, but not quite good enough with the MP9. The rest of them are getting kills, however, and that's 19 seconds. The bomb trying to make its way there. Deep Molotov, putting on a bit of pressure on the Hypex, and somehow FURIA look like they're going to be able to find a bomb plant. I don't think they're going to be able to hold the site afterwards, but that's not bad, you know. A kill on a bomb plant so far. Would have been even better if they could have found one more kill, and Keserato is going to give it to them. So, you know, it's not a perfect round, but it's something to smile about at the very least. They will still be Apogee to take it.
Yeah, it's like, not good, not bad. Just move on. Take it as it is for both sides. I will say, though, Apogee, good utility hold. Because that smoke that you mentioned, that was crucial. He didn't use it early. Just the fact that he has it, to me, is important. It's not that he drops it, because the drop comes on a FURIA tell. The fact that he has it and he didn't waste it shows that he knew what he was doing to me. So, congratulations, Apogee. Apogee is what we wanted to see, isn't it? A good start, smart CS.
Yeah, build it, run one round at a time here. You know, don't try to do anything too crazy. Just get into it, and I think so far so good. We'll be, okay, behind that bomb plant. It's another buy coming out, FURIA. That's kind of interesting.
Fallen is the Galil master, I will say that.
Okay. Let's see if he could live up to that. I'd be excited if they can make this work. The flashbang is amazing to begin with. Look at how close they're getting, but H4 actually doing a very fine job. He's clicking away. It's very controlled spray. He might have just saved the round there, because the flashbangs were super deadly, but somehow he's managed to keep his cool and bring them into a 2 versus 4.
Super correct. The bomb's getting planted. No chance. Just a spam. What impresses me is, one, this round is probably done first, right? Let's cover our bases. There we go. He's down, Yuri, 2-1. But what impressed me about Apogee right now is exactly that. Their actual team play at this level has shown well. The smoke, one round, one detail. The perfect flashes in front of default and timing, and the fact that it's not that the flashes are there, it's that the player who threw them was aware of the timing to be there, right? So Apogee, to me, looking like a good Mirage team. Potential map 3. Very early, but just off a preliminary, they look coherent playing this map. They look like they know what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's important to, you know, it is the small things, right? You can get a sense of how team plays even early on. Hypex going to be getting that first one. And a lot of speed here. FURIA, I mean, they are really putting a lot of money into the early rounds. And honestly, I don't know if they're getting quite enough for it. That will actually connect with Fallen, but he just still sticks it and gets the bomb planted. And somehow, again, the pressure is on. If FURIA win this one, then I mean, it's going to be so sick for them, but if they lose it, again, it's so much money that's just sort of not necessarily thrown away, but not getting the result that you're looking for either. Retake coming in here in the 2 versus 2, and so much on the line for Apogee. They need to hold on to this one. Fallen going to be going down. Skull's burning as he tries to get out and stop the bomb defuse. Not going to be happening. Demo will take him down. It's another close round. It's another bomb plant, and they just keep going, FURIA. And I mean, and now they're going to have the loss bonus, so now they definitely should buy.
Yeah, I think that's the thread that they have to be going with, because Apogee is playing better. Right now, in Wilton View, they are playing like the better team, but the economy control, the round succession, these plants, it's exactly as you're saying. Apogee's playing better, but they have one tipping point. All it takes is one going wrong, the economy goes down, and everything can flip very fast.
Damn, so close, and it really putting pressure on that A-bomb side early.
Yeah, there you go. I want to see you sell it. There we go. See, get into the game. That's what we want.
Yeah, they are. 4 in a row. Hypex again. He got the opening in the previous one. This time it's in the middle against Yuri, and Demo. He's been bored at the B bomb site, which is kind of the traditional B anchor experience that you're just kind of bored for a long time, and then suddenly when something happens, it's all on you. He does see the shadow on Cello, but it doesn't make a difference. He still ends up going down. A bit frustrating, I'm sure, to Demo, because he knew that someone was going to be peeking him there. Nice smokes, nice grenades down, and in FURIA, very, very quick, but it's going to work here. And Apogee, honestly, I don't know if it's worth going for it. They don't have necessarily that much money in the bank. I feel like this is a risk, but it looks like they've already made up their minds. They want to take a peek into the bomb site, so here we go. If they can find a kill, maybe it's on. It's a lot of damage already. FURIA dropping very low behind this. I'm surprised the Polish team are actually going this hard for it, but yeah, I think now when that loss, they're gonna start to fall back. I wonder if FURIA can escape though.
Oh, Fallen.
Okay.
Oh, Fallen.
I mean, that's going to go a long way.
He did. He did.
Fair enough.
They did.
Along with 3 other people, or 2 other people.
Hey, I've seen one of these rounds recently on Reddit, but it was 5. Wasn't that Astralis?
Yeah, I can't think. I actually, was it? I can't remember. It was somebody. I know.
I think it was all 5 trying to hide like near ladder room, and all like 4 or 5 died.
Or was
to
it
the bomb.
Vitality or something? But either way, I agree. Like you
Or
know.
maybe Vitality. Maybe Vitality. You're right. I don't want to put anyone on the spot.
Yeah, but funny regardless.
Yeah, it's funny. Come on.
That's the sort of stuff we live for. 4-1. FURIA. Okay. Change of pace in that last round. Very interesting. Apogee. Not that much money in the bank necessarily. Same is true for FURIA. It's a very questionable beginning here. Cello going to get traded out in the middle. And still fighting for that mid-control of FURIA. Coming up out of the underpass. And Fallen is very nearly dead. So close. If any grenades land in here, he's gone.
Oh, yeah. I was hoping for the smoke to hit him. Sorry. Like, ooh.
That's what we love. But he's going to escape somehow. 3 versus 4.
3v5 if we can call it. 3v4 if we can call it that, right?
Yeah.
Fallen 2 HP. He has all the utility, though. So that's a good thing. He can stay behind. He is the bomb, though. Any plant with 2 HP is so hard.
Yeah, anything touches him, he's dead. So 1 incendiary on demo, which actually can be important when you're thinking about the after plant here, assuming that there is a bomb plant. Okay, so Rato very nearly dies. 1 Molotov, another one thrown into the palace. They got to make sure that no one's up there. They can't know for sure. Ooh. Very, very close. But still, the after plant, not necessarily that bad for Apogee. I think they have a strong chance here. Yuri will have to do a lot of the work, and good jump for information. Puts a lot of pressure. Yuri can't really stay that far up on his own. Gonna go up on the box to try and take a fight, looking right over. That's a nice headshot. Can we get another one of those? We can, in fact.
Wow.
Prism goes down next, and somehow there's not a lot of pressure on Yuri. I don't know how. It's a team kill. That must have been an attempt to spam the box, and just HFA stood right in front of it, or like stepped in front of it. I don't know how, but FURIA have found a way to win this round against all the odds.
Yeah, I mean, walkout ramp, nice ballsy play, but they had no business winning that round, especially the way they did. Props to Yuri. The relocation from front box to top box to get that kill, and a second one, of course it seals it, but it's a player who's in the middle of a situation that has no answers finding answers. He was screwed there. Let's be real. Once the guy jump spot, he was screwed, and he found solution. So that shows high level playing to me. It's finding a solution in hard situations.
That's, I don't even know what to say. That's just so crazy. For FURIA, though, I mean, they're keeping on the pressure right now. Cello's got 1 kill, Skulls has got 0, but they still want to fight with this very aggressive style. Like, I guess if they keep it up, maybe Apogee will finally break. Their economy is already halfway broken, and the only question is you know, whether the mentality will go next for Apogee. If FURIA win another couple of rounds here and tie up the game, then it might be hard to hold on to.
That's true. I mean, Apogee had a really good start, probably hyped up. If they slow down too much, it's not going to look good. Their buy, though, like, I get saved, but, ooh, their money is not going to be, like, united. They're going to, if they have to try to save this up and the utility and everything around it.
A lot of mid-control, obviously. The AWP far away from the action. Like you said, if you can save it, then, you know, that's not necessarily that bad. They're going to get a kill on Prism, and they still got about 45 seconds left, and it doesn't really feel like the AWP is in the mood to you know, be very active and look for kills. It just feels like it's sort of parked over in the B-bomb side. Missed opportunity for the Deagle there, and might not get many more at this stage. Maybe FURIA slowing this down a little bit too much for my liking. I sort of feel like you've got him isolated. Try and get some grenades back there. Dink with the USP, but the bomb is being planted at the same time. And I would say it's probably better to just save the AWP now. Even if FURIA took their time, they are going to be able to pick up the 3rd round here. It's not bad.
Are you going to peek? Are you going to peek, Shell? Are you going to peek?
All right, he tried.
Hey, I tried predicting to almost. And he tried hitting. I thought he might have had that. That looked pretty good, didn't it?
I think so, but
yeah. Maybe my old man reflexes that look good. That's why it's like, it's just because I couldn't fire that fast, so that's why it looks good.
yeah, I have that experience all the time. All right, Cello. Throwing away one AWP. Actually, Demo dies to the bomb, so they don't get to save the AWP.
What? They knifed each other?
I think they might have.
Someone knifed. I promise you they have. Just from the sound, there was a TK knife there.
What's going on in this game? Like,
chaos. It's not even controlled at this point. It's just chaos. The round is finished. There's a knife. It's like, but everyone was dead on the other team. Doesn't matter.
you could even see, I think, at the end, you could see them laughing there on the FURIA side. So at least they're having that much fun.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do, right? At this point, it's like it's already happened. It reminds me of old rounds. Normally, when a player whiffs something very badly, like the player he'll blame himself, right? It's normally. So a good teammate will normally be like, I'll give an example. There was once where Fur missed an easy kill that he should have had, but it was a 1v1 clutch and it happened. And then he's like, take the AK from me. I don't even deserve it this game. If you let your players stay on that mentality, that's horrible. So it's like you get cold zero. No, you take my AK. Shut the fuck up. You know, like play with this thing like that. And then you have a coach sleeping. What kind of a message are you sending? That I don't know. I don't know.
I'm gonna choose to interpret that as him being in the send mode, but you're right. Like, it does look a bit questionable. You're like, all right, he's just chilled out.
Like, I am so excited by this match that we are losing that I'm sleeping.
He's catching up on, a little bit. He's like, all right.
It's like, no, it's a technical pause. It's a humble way of making a joke because people from the outside don't get how annoying tech pauses are from the inside of the system. Let's call it. We're on TeamSpeak and we can't talk. If I look at someone, I get reprimanded. I feel like a toddler with a little hat on the corner, like, the dunce hat. It's like, you stay in the corner, don't talk to anyone until I allow you to move. It's like at the majors. Players make an insane play, I yell. It's normal. I'm passionate. I love my team. I love CS. Zeus, don't yell. You can't yell. But how can I control my celebration? You can't. You will be punished. Thanks. That sounds like a really fair cycle. I enjoy myself. I get punished.
I mean, we've seen it before, right? Where like something we always end up laughing at, But
you have to laugh at the stupidity of it because we don't have better solutions. But it's paradoxical. It's like we can't find solutions, so we make bad answers. Right now in the match, tech pause is going on. The coach is there. He's supposed to be hyping his team. Any other sport, right? Like, because this is a Valve kind of a thing. Any other sport, you get the coach. He's going to be bringing Gatorade. He's going to be talking, hey, do this. I'm noticing this, blah, 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 blah. For us, it's the opposite. Look back, shut up, and do nothing. You're just here to be a puppet.
Take a little bit of a nap. I mean, you're right. Like, it is a bit interesting. But yeah, you're right. It's obviously because, like, just for people who are confused about why that rule exists, obviously because you don't want people to try and, encourage
cheating,
tech timeouts,
There's bad out there, and then the good guys get sucked. Like, coaching ban. I never got banned. All coaches got screwed over because a few did it. It's like our actions impact others in the same role. It's bigger, but back to the match. It's more important. It's more fun. I'm steering in the wrong direction. Yeah.
4-3, the scoreline right now. We're moving into the 8th round, and honestly, this has been all-out chaos. Like, I would say a very, very aggressive beginning to this game for FURIA. You could tell that they wanted to keep up the pressure. They bought through all the early losses. They just kept on buying and kept planting the bomb. Very hard for Apogee to really feel like they have, a lot of room in this game. They're fighting all the time, and FURIA are kind of relentlessly coming at them, so if they can win another round here and slow the game down again, I think that's going to be very nice for them. But I don't know if FURIA will let them breathe for that long. Mid control, apartments, it looks like it's going to be some sort of an A split coming in.
Yeah, so far, FURIA, same protocol, just nice and slow, doing the mid steps and letting Apogee kind of outwork themselves.
Flashes. Just to put a bit of pressure on, maybe, force out a grenade or two. You never really know what you can get. we are running the clock down very low, especially when you load it that two of the FURIA players are really far across the map. 30 seconds here, so it is going to be an A finish. The question is, how much can they divert the actual defense? There's 3 people there. You can see Quesorato is trying the best that he can, but it's not really working out the way that he would want. Down to 17 seconds as they try and get out of the palace here. Oh, and they're going to find that first kill for free, but there's still a guy all the way in the back. Nobody knows about Prism yet. 10 seconds. Bomb jumping across here. If he gets the kill now, the round should be over. Nobody can pick it up here. He's going to die, but it doesn't matter. They can't recover the bomb. What a great play from Prism. That's 1 kill to win the round.
That's a Brazil round right there. So that's the obvious example one of the one when it happens. So this one we take on the chin because a 4v2 where the bomb goes down should not be happening, you know? Like you lose the time on a 4v2. That's the tweak one. That's the one where, you know, the proportion's off.
Oh, man. Okay, well, I like that you said it. Bit of a Brazil round. You just have to live with it. You just have to go, you know, roll with the punches.
It is what it is. That was a little bit Brazil of us. It happens.
Okay, well, for Apogee, though, maybe a chance to revitalize the team. 5-3. And again, like I said, the pressure's been on so much. FURIA in the middle, and I think if they get one good kill in here, they might just try and speed it up. Nice little Molotov to try and push back Hypex. They're going to be putting some pressure on Jacob. We'll see if he can survive this one. He's crouching back, and he does get the kill, but he cannot escape. So still actually worth it. Nice shot for Fallen.
Very nice, 4v4. Mid-control for FURIA here, advantage position. However, they need to finish. They still have 3 smokes, so they have avenues to finish, but they have no clear avenues to finish. The sites are split. Well, how does Fallen think about the decision-making? First off, a nice little freeze. Let's see if Apogee doesn't screw themselves over. Apogee looks better, and so the round just has to unfold itself because no one threw themselves at the kills, which is already more than so many teams do. How many would have panicked there and just fought?
It's a very, very easy mistake to make. I always think it's hard to really explain to people, but it is much harder than it seems when you're on the CT side to do nothing for a long time. You know, you feel like...
You feel like you're getting trapped. They're gaining space on you. But it's an illusion. But it makes you do bad mistakes if you believe in it.
It really does. You know, like, we got to do something, guys. Because somebody go peek, and then suddenly it's all over. 25 seconds. Honestly, Apogee, by doing nothing, they've played this really, really well. Unfortunately, they're still going to be able to break open the crossfire there. I don't even really know how. That was a very nice setup for Apogee. But FURIA fighting their way through. Demo and Hypex, I can understand why they want to do this, but look at the money on that CT side. It's so risky. If they lose the AK and the AWP, I actually, with these 2 weapons, I don't know if it's worth it. It would be exciting if they try to go for it, but realistically, the better choice is probably what they're doing now, which is to try and retreat. So FURIA, again, with another round, it's, I mean, the pressure, again, is just continuing.
I agree. I mean, FURIA, nice little change of pace. In the beginning, slowed it down. Apogee had an okay position, but I think they split up, right? It's that thing, you're trying to cover everything. 2 on A, 2 on B. I'm strong on everything, in theory. In reality, you're weak on everything. They're coming with 4. It doesn't matter which side you choose, you're wrong. So that's kind of like the Cadian mentality there. It's better to stack it. If they come, we win. If they don't, we save guns. Makes a little bit of sense, right? So now we see 2 CT spawn. Could have worked, but 1 had to be infiltrated. That's Counter-Strike. Because 2 CT is a full-on retake with only 2. That doesn't make sense. 1 infiltrated. Our famous bait setups. We've been talking about it. All does too. You just transfer concepts from other maps here, and Apogee, small mistake, cost the round. It's the little control headshot at a bigger scale here.
Again, the economy on that CT side is so close to breaking. If FURIA win this one, they could maybe get to like a 7-5 first half in their favor, but they're losing the first one and the second 2. Now, Quesorato, I don't know how, but they must have nearly lined up for him. He's going to get 2 in return, and that might cancel everything out. Hypex going to go down next. Yuri pushing up onto the A-ramp to get the kill, drops the AWP so that nobody could pick it up, and they have so much time here. Just find that next kill. If they get it on H-Route, then I think they're going to be absolutely fine. And you could see how he's so boxed in right now. Yuri drops him, and yeah, there's nothing Demo could do here. So FURIA, finally, they actually get to the breaking point. Apogee, money is pretty wrecked at the moment, and we'll see if they can, if it's enough. Maybe they do want to force it up themselves and try and do something, but it's not going to be a beautiful buy in the next one. If they could have saved the orb, it would have been even more impressive, I guess, but that wasn't really available. You can see he just wants the AK. He's like, please, just give me anything here. 5-5.
He's trying. 5-5, FURIA back. Match is still even, but for Apogee, it's going away. Their CT side, their map pick. The obvious eye test that FURIA looks to be gaining speed, right? Apogee no longer as confident. The peaks that happen, I will give. Hypex and Jacob, they're trying. They're fighting connector. They're getting picks. But the rest of the team and them as one cohesive unit isn't making sense. Just a few players popping off right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, you might not be wrong about that. You're missing a couple of players. That's a big deal on the CT side. They want to go back and see if they can check this out. Okay, they actually do put together a buy, so they're going to be missing a lot of grenades, and obviously they're going to be missing the kits as well. But you know what? Actually, a little bit better than I was expecting. Unfortunately, the flashbangs are insane, and this round is already done with. Queserato, even if he dies, it just should make no difference. FURIA, wow.
I really want to study this round because I don't think I've ever seen that exact pathing that Queserato that just did, and it is so OP because it's so fast. Did you see how fast he was in the guy's screen? He must have hit the perfect bunny hop, you know? The one you bunny hop to the right, bunny hop through the window, and curve right in the air so you land in the middle of sight, not behind it.
And on top of that, you know, without himself getting flashed, because the flashbangs as well.
The timing perfect, right? Exactly.
It's actually something that I started getting maybe a little bit annoyed at, is when you look at a lot of the flashbangs that are thrown into the B bomb side, because, you know, on the A bomb side of this map, the executes are so elaborate, right? We've got big smoke walls, we've got like deep molotovs, we've got all this like very like choreographed execute, but on the B bomb side a lot of the time, it's like you smoke off market, you smoke off catwalk, and then you just throw flashes in the air. Like, they're not even great
Everyone
flashbangs.
does pop. Exactly. And I mean, I've broken this down. You have a few flashes that are scaling flashes. They're the last one. Like, step 1, you get out. Step 2 is for the guy who's anti-flash. Step 3 is continuation. Step 4 is that final one when you're going to trash and there's a flash high to the left so that you blind anybody already out of market. But if you don't think step by step, if you try to think of one detail to solve it all, you're going to miss it because it's the sum of small ones. It's not one big one.
It's very interesting, but I mean, whatever that flash, I mean, I'm definitely going to go back and look as well into the demo. But whatever the flashes were, and whatever the, like you said, the pathing to get into the site was,
it was smart,
really sick.
right? It's elaborate. You can tell that there's complexity inside the entire theory they did. Nice kill.
Oh my god. Okay, well, Cello getting a couple for free might have overcooked it a little bit, but at the same time, he just wants to create the space for his teammates. And you know what? Even if he dies there, he gets the info that someone is towards that CT spawn position. Fallen will set up the kill onto Jacob, and Demo and Hypex pushed away. He'd love to be there to stop the bomb pump, but it's not going to be allowed. So FURIA, like I said, there was a chance that they could get to the 7-5 scoreline. It's looking very likely at the moment here. Queserato, just stay alive. They're going to get Hypex as well. FURIA, must say, a very impressive first half, right? They lost the pistol, and they tried to put so much pressure on. I think they lost the first, like, 3 or 4 rounds in a row, and then they came back and absolutely crushed it.
They actually did. This FURIA has, today, so far, has been mostly cohesive and coherent. So, good job for FURIA so far, but the same way we were saying, can one half change? Can one map change? Yes. So, we've seen insane comebacks, and Mirage is a map that I've seen get pretty snowbally at times. Not a snowball as a nuke or something like that, but at the same time, it's so many fights that I see a world where Apogee here actually now think that they lost and actually start winning. Do you understand what, like, they stop caring as much, so they start actually playing the good CS?
Yeah, and I mean, also just the fact that they're on the T side, right? Like, I think sometimes when you're the underdog, playing CT side can be a lot harder. Just because you're like we said, it's hard to wait around, and you're
reactive, right? You're not proactive, so you're reacting to everything that's going on, hence you're always one step behind.
Yeah, I think that happens, you know, a lot more than maybe people recognize. So I wouldn't be surprised if Apogee are going to be a bit better on the second half, but the problem is they're not just going to have to be a little bit better, they have to be a lot better, and they have to really step up right from the get-go. Everything on the line right here.
All right. Pistol rounds. We got the P250s. I want to see some taps.
Oh, yeah. That's what they're there for, you know? We've got one smoke, one flash, and it's on Prism. Now look at where he is. So presumably, I'm guessing he's going to try and smoke jungle, and then they're going to try and run up connector and just, you know, run right past. So creating a bit of a wall. The smoke is already out. There comes the smoke for jungle, and they want to see if they can, you know, keep running here. KSerato's playing in front of it, and he gets the headshot fading through. All right, the strategy is pretty good here for Apogee, but still, they need a fast bomb plant right now, and they haven't checked the palace yet. They don't know that Fallen is up here. He's going to be walking out, missing a shot, though, and the bomb is planted. Fallen steps on his own feet, and suddenly, they might be in a bit of trouble here. Nice shot from Prism before they finally take him down. 3 versus 3, smoke kit on Cello. That is the only thing they need. It doesn't matter if it's a 1 versus 3 here. As long as you got that smoke kit combination, it is on. Smoke right on top, and now I guarantee you the pressure is on for Apogee. They're going to call it out. They're going to calm it out. There's someone inside of the smoke. Can they actually find him? The defuse is in. Jacob is down, and FURIA with a great retake.
Solid retake. A little bit of luck but from KSerato in the earlier rounds, but FURIA just outperforming. Outclassing and outfragging as well. Like Apogee, it's not only not easy, the economy again. Would you force now? Would you not? Like, what are the implications here for moving forward? Because if you force here and you lose, that's 11 almost. If you don't force, you're giving 9 and then you lose, it's 11 again. So you're giving 11 in 1 round regardless, you know?
Yeah, it is a really hard call, isn't it? Well, we're going to see a lot of pressure here. Scouts out as well. There's some damage onto Hypex, but Hitra so far. Galil and even a Molotov kill onto Yuri. It's not necessarily a bad start, but it hasn't paved the way for the bomb plant just yet. Grenade goes over it, touches nobody. They were a little bit early. Nobody's really planting the bomb yet. In fact, they're fighting towards that connector position. Nice jump.
Nice.
Mac 10 to get the kill on KSerato, but I don't know. We're not through yet. Cello sneaking into the middle. We'll see if he could get anything done. The timing is actually kind of insane for him. He might get this kill on Prism. He's picked up an HE at the same time. So honestly, if he just dunks it in the back right now, it might get at least 1 and almost maybe more than that. Prism is going to be going down before we get there. 2 versus 2. And he's looking on over. Okay, now comes the grenade. This time he's not going to kill anyone, but it is a lot of damage in the back. And a headshot to follow. It's so sick. Falling on the other side. And FURIA, in spite of the odds, they hold on to it.
They hold on to it. Props to Cello. Really solid, smart. Again, I like watching little movements. The same thing that happened for, I think, Apogee in the first half. Now it's Cello. Just strafing, making sure. That's such good CS. And then people are going to talk crap on the player, and he's just doing his role actually correctly, you know? He's supporting. He's not doing anything crazy because he's making sure that his teammates get kills.
I mean, they were at a bit of an advantage for all of a second in this round, Apogee, but FURIA just kind of relentlessly attacking. Even when they are in a bad position, FURIA, it feels like they're sort of acting like they're not. They just have very little respect for Apogee in the good sense, you know? I really like that kind of Counter-Strike. If you feel like you're the better team, you feel like you've got the experience for it, then yeah, shut them down. You know, don't let them have any comfort. Prism is going to be out of this round early on. It's a 4 versus 4 all of a sudden. But again, onto the A-bomb side we go. Another attempt at a bomb plant. Nobody's checking this corner. Yuri is going to be quick for the first. Gets the second. Bomb is planted finally. But Yuri has practically won the round here. Fallen with a USP, and that's going to be the job done. My God, Wilson, this is so quick.
This is quick, and this is performance from the players that are being asked of, at least by the Brazilian community. I don't know how much the international one is, like which angles the international one is picking apart FURIA, but from Brazil's side at critics, things are performing the way they like, which is scary to me because it means when it doesn't, the rage is going to be big. But for now, it means they're listening to the community, so it's cool. Really nice. Really, Yuri, come on. Yuri was solid as rock. It's not that he did anything sick by positioning himself well. It's just that when things happen, he just did the little micro movement on when it happened well. It wasn't planned. Again, like it's the same box movement again, you know, it's just staying in place and in the flow moment, making the decision instead of the strategy.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, like, you're right. Sometimes you don't, it's not about, like, the crazy flicks or anything, but just having the calm and the confidence to secure those kills makes a big difference.
It's literally the calmness to sometimes press SAS, you know, like, You walk backwards instead of forward. But that's clarity, right? It's being calm when things are going crazy. That's what flow state is. It's when the tensions are high, you're thinking hyper-focused, and then you're thinking clearly.
And I think, honestly, as well, it's a bit of a sign also of, of Apogee, how much stress they're under from the pressure from FURIA, because normally they probably would check that corner, But they're just, they've been beat up quite a bit. It's been a really hard game for them in many ways.
Yeah,
and I think they signed that way from FURIA.
Pressure, right? It's passive, but it's still pressure because there's utility and there are group fights and there's coherent ideas, but there's nothing crazy that FURIA is doing. It's just together.
Well, here we go. Round number 16. Apogee similarly they're buying a lot. They feel like these rounds are so close. They're getting the bomb plants. They want to keep the pressure on. They want to find that breakthrough moment when they can take the guns away from FURIA. Honestly, Queserato maybe could have had that one, but again, the trades are in. Two-man setup at the B-bomb site, but one of them is almost rotating away. Nice little jump there, honestly, from Skulls. The main man is going to be fallen on that AWP. Now, it could be really awkward when he's back here because, again, they're going to potentially be quite close. He gets a little bit of damage onto Jacob, but still, that gives up the bomb site, and the bomb plant should be following here.
Oh, that important kill almost brings it back. I think that's a save right there. No chance. Nice round by Apogee. They needed to get into it. Not an easy round to get into it, but also when you knock down Queserato and Skulls, who are two of the, let's call the main fire expected, right? They are the most passive players and things like that. If you knock both of them down, it means that something already toppled. Same as the up. Speed up. Apogee did well. Good first round to see. Let's see the next one. Maintain that coherence.
So important for them right now. It felt like this game was sort of spiraling or tumbling out of their hands, and they just
very
had such
fast, right? It looks like somehow we can realize that the speed at which it was going, it kind of like reset or stabilized at least, right? And now this round, if they stabilize it more, nice. They crystallized it. They understood their calm. Right now, if they lose, it goes back to the bad one. So it's like to get out of a slump, it's not one round, it's like normally 2-3 rounds. Hence those comebacks. Like you'll see very seriousness on the first round. They didn't do anything crazy. Second one as well. By the third one, they start cracking a smile. That's when, okay, you're smiling, things are natural. I understand what's going on within our team,
I mean, it's still salvageable, right? It's the second map here, but it's not done. Ooh, but that is pretty tough. Fallen, finding that little gap, taking down Jacob. FURIA not letting go so easily. Looks like it's going to be pretty quick once again towards that A bomb site. They're already up the ramp. Yuri could get shot right in the back here. He's got to be so careful. Pressure is on right now, but there is a guy in the middle, Prism. He's traded out. All right, that's still pretty much worth it, I think, for FURIA. Just now they only have to deal with the main line of attack coming up out of the A ramp. It's Queserato getting flashed and killed in an instant, and Fallen moving forward. He's not going to be interested in stopping the bomb. He just wants to make sure that no one's holding that angle. H4 is very low on health here, but I think it's that window position for Demo at the moment that is the real linchpin here for the afterplant position. Apogee, they need this round. They cannot stop now. They have to keep putting the pressure onto FURIA, who are going to be trying to go for this retake. No question about it. Fallen, bit of a jump on over, but he hasn't seen anyone yet, and now they're getting a bit close here. They will swing for it. They're not wrong either, and the flashbang actually betrays Demo. He tries to go for a bit of a shot, but yeah, it's taken too long. And actually, FURIA gonna try to fall away. Didn't really go all in for it. They decided to just take a peek, and they didn't find the kill they needed.
Yeah, I mean, you let that slide, but so weird from FURIA there. No one truly A-side, just to retake. Still have a 3v3 and don't act on it. If the word I used coherence before, I can't say that this round because it did not make sense. They lost their connection somewhere, to the point where the pause was instantly called to reestablish. To me, good leadership. In that sense, it's like, okay, something happened. I don't care if it's the first round. That's enough. I stop it here now.
Yeah, they do need that, don't they? Don't lose track of it now. It's been a lot of pressure. You're getting close right now. You're 3 rounds away from taking the series in a 2-0 fashion. But like we said, Apogee could also be in a position where that second half is going to be better for them, and it's starting to feel that way. Nobody has a lot of money. FURIA themselves, I mean, they're in a position right now where all it takes is 1 or 2 slip-ups here, and they end up getting economically reset, and then suddenly the Polish team are right back in. That was a great shot to begin with, though.
That was a little bit of aggression. I also really like this move here. Apogee is, again, they are a team that they just have to find themselves because they are good. They have high peak moments. It's about replicating more often first. And Jacob is really, really, really good.
Yeah, he's been impressing so far. Prism in this one too, up to 13 kills, you know? So
True.
It was such a long...
It'll be a team, right? So
Yeah.
as much as I like to always do the same thing and single someone out, it's going to be a whole team thing for them.
Such a long time where it was very hard for the Polish scene to find new talent behind, you know, Neo and Taz and all the rest of them. You know, like, it just seemed like they had a stranglehold on Polish Counter-Strike. But I feel like in the modern day, we're seeing more and more of it. So I think that's pretty encouraging. It makes me happy.
I agree.
Okay, so our
Polish scene has always had so much talent, though.
Yeah, you're right.
Ooh.
But there hasn't always been the space for them to really, like, you know, get up and play at like a higher level. So I think that might be the real big modern difference. All right, well, hold on. Good defensive kill there for KSerato. 17 on him, by the way. And down under 40 seconds. I almost looked like they wanted to retreat, but they're actually back with the A-ramp push coming out. So they're just, you know, rinse and repeat here for Apogee. See if they could do it one more time. The clock is running low. They're going to get skulls, and that pretty much secures the path for at least a bomb plant here. Well done for Apogee. Smoke goes up to get rid of KSerato. They know that he's in here somewhere. They're just not exactly sure where. Oh, but look at this for Fallen. That's mental! Pushing through the smoke with the AWP and with Yuri backing him up. They're going to stop the bomb plant with 9 seconds left here. How do you, they can't even pick it up right now. That you could see Prism, he's fighting to just stay alive. It's not about planting the bomb any longer. The time is going to be running out, but they've got to die now or they have to live through the round. This is so scary. That's FURIA getting to 11. And it's Fallen with some vintage Brazilian Counter-Strike.
Vintage Brazilian Counter-Strike, vintage FURIA Counter-Strike, at least a little bit in this round, right? A little bit more flair and things like that. And unfortunately as well, a little bit of the vintage Apogee that we've been seeing through this entire tournament. Not tournament, but this entire series, because FURIA has been able to read them. FURIA has been able to individually make plays when the situation arises. It really has been a macro FURIA and an individual. So Apogee shouldn't hold themselves too high because it hurts less when it's all over. If it was one small thing like the NQZ head thing, that's horrible. A big thing like this, you have a lot to learn, so you're normally more okay with that.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Smoke up in the window once again. Just recommitting that one. Losing Yuri early on. FURIA very close. So close they could taste it right now. But honestly, I don't know. Like, there's something about Apogee, the way that they're playing some of these rounds. I feel like every single round, it's down to the wire.
Mm-hmm.
Nice little boost. Just looking up. FURIA. I mean, look at the stack they've got going on at the B-bomb side. What do we think about that? Okay, they actually might show up here. This is potentially a bit scary. 35 seconds. Hold the phone. Cello's here, but the boost, I think, is the real deal. They're walking into a stack, and they have absolutely no idea. They get the kill. It doesn't matter. They're not ready. There's 3 people at the B-bomb site. If I'm Apogee, I'm so confused. How did FURIA know to have 3 at B? Like, I'd be so furious.
Yeah, that's one of those rounds where you think how is their guy in sight, one in bench, and one still strafing me on the B side, which sometimes only has 1 or 0, you know?
That's just so brutal, isn't it?
Counter-Strike is brutal. That's kind of one of the phrases I've heard my whole life. CS is brutal. If it can't punish you, it will punish you.
Apogee getting to have that experience firsthand. It's just so rare. I mean, like, it's a stable of the map that you're only playing 1 on B a lot of the time. Second player is a catwalk, but this time they had 3 there. Fallen to take down Jacob, and it's Prism to die next. This might be the end of the road for Apogee. Again, some strong individual plays. I'm not sure it's here. FURIA just looking so content with it. Demo and Hypex 2 versus, well, I say 2 versus 3 now. They do get rid of Fallen, and he's trying to steal that AWP. Is there a way for Apogee to keep this going? They need so many rounds to get into overtime right now. That's what they're fighting for, and still 3 alive for FURIA.
Yeah, 2v3. Right now, put up or shut up. We want to see it. Gotta find a way.
Yeah. Oh, well, there's a start.
He found something.
Yeah, he's been a bit bored on the other side of the map, but, you know, he's managed to trek all the way around to actually find himself at the right spot. And I don't know, what do you do here? Hypex, I don't think you're wrong. Like, he is a very strong player, but this is asking a lot. And they're giving him none of what he needs. He wants a peak. He wants somebody to fight him right now, so he can at least make it a 1 versus 2, a 1-on-1. But FURIA have got the discipline to stay put. Just hold the line and wait. 30 seconds here. He walks right into the shot. 13-7. It's FURIA to step up with a map and series victory here. 2-0 against Apogee.
That was really nice. I'm not just from being Brazilian, from being truly unbiased. This was one of the few times recently where I see